if you feel like you need to, as a business owner, be in all the places at once, email, social media, the blog, this is going to be the training for you. I'm going to help you to dissect the illusion that you have to be everywhere and give you the strategy and the very clear minimum activities you need to at least make it appear that you are everywhere on the interwebs. Welcome. I'm excited to have you here. Guys, I help entrepreneurs like you, coaches, leaders, executives, and business owners get the mindset to show up, do the work, and get real results in their life. So if you are here for the first time, maybe this is your first training with me, I am all about giving you the strategies and the mindset behind winning in business and life. Guys, I could give you all the skill sets there is out there. But if we don't address the mindset and why you're not doing the things you already know you're supposed to be doing, then the trainings go nowhere. So love having you here. Let's dive into the training today. How many of you feel like you literally have to be in all the places all the time? LinkedIn, Facebook, the Facebook groups, the stories, Instagram, the blog, the email list, the messenger, and now there's messenger bots. What? Guys, I'm telling you, I get this question all the time. Heather, when do you sleep? You're everywhere. Do you ever rest? How do you do it all? And guys, if you knew me in my life today, you would be surprised at how little I actually do, but it creates an illusion that I'm everywhere. And that's what we want to do. Just create an illusion so that your audience, your ideal clients, see you everywhere. And that's the point. We want to catch them. We want to be visible. You've got to be visible in your business and with your message. So if we can get it to all the places with minimal efforts, that's going to be stinking excited, right? Stinking exciting. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. All right. So those of you who are new in business, and I'm going to just assume all of you guys are. Peeps, I have been in business, in using social media for business. Like most of my businesses are Facebook based for 9 years. And so if I'm new to you, you are seeing me 9 years later, 9 years of creating, 9 years of fumbling around, 9 years of failing, right? 9 years of trial and error. And so you've got to at first stop the comparison. You don't know what other people have been doing, for how long they've been doing, what's worked for them, what hasn't, okay? But I'm going to help you where you are in your business to create a very simple illusion, but you've got to stop thinking that you have to be like, let's say, Mel Robbins, or you've got to be like Gary Vee. Guys, these are intensely motivated individuals with huge creative teams. It looks like they are everywhere all the time. Gary Vee may actually very well be, but if you don't want that life, then don't try and create that social media strategy. Does that make sense? Let me help you make a strategy that works for you in your life. Most of you are going to work, running a home, raising families, and you've got this side thing, and this side thing is a side thing, meaning it gets to last, right? It gets to last. So we've got to create a pretty good illusion here, okay? Now, I'm going to lay out for you some things that have worked for me, some things that I have been taught that have worked well for other people, and then I'm going to lay out for you what it looks for me 9 years later with very minimum effort, okay? So that you get a really clear snapshot. Now, when I first started my side business, okay, I did spend a whole lot of time on social media. And at some point, you have to, and here's why. You got to learn the language. You got to develop your voice. You got to find your people, right? You got to find your audience. And you really can't do that in very part-time hours. I'm sorry, you can't. You can if you diligently doing it in very part-time hours every single day for a long amount of time. But guys, if you want to do this quickly, you got to go all in some way at some point for a season of time, okay? And for some people right now, your season of time, the energy that you're using today is going to your family. For some of you, you are all in your side business. For some of you, you are in a season of all in your career. identify and be well aware where your all in is right now, so then we're not trying to say we got to be all in social media when you and I both know you're all in on raising a family at the moment, okay? So I always got to do that plug. Know where you are and what season. But the all in, as somebody who's new, you got to do the all in. It's just like market research, okay? And so the all in for me in the beginning, I was learning Facebook, okay? So I am looking to connect, right? And so basically looking for eyeballs. If we don't have eyeballs on the posts that we're making, then we're wasting our time. There's a lot of great content writers out there that have no eyeballs on what they're doing. Those people aren't being seen and are not being called genius because, guys, you got to be seen, okay? So number one, all in. You got to find eyeballs. You got to friend people, okay? The other thing that you got to do is you got to develop content. And what do you got to do before you create great content? Guys, I've had multiple trainings on this in this platform here. Your voice. Who are you? What do you do? And why should the rest of us care? Okay? Make sure that you've got this answered so that when you're creating your content, it's being heard, it's being adored, and it's being talked about, raved about, shared, okay? So take a moment to learn where your people are. You got to find them, right? You got to find where they are. Probably should join some groups. There's another great training I did on this in this platform on Facebook groups and how to maximize those. But spend the time to build up your eyeballs and be doing consistent content. When I first started my business, I was posting 4 times a day because here's what my mentality was. Every time you pull up social media, every time you pull up Facebook, Brittany, Diane, Josh, I wanted my face and my post to be at the very top of your newsfeed. I wanted to be at the very top of your newsfeed every time you pulled up your Facebook. And how do you do that? You post consistently and you post great content. Post consistently. In the beginning, I didn't know if I had great content. If you don't know if you have great content, that's okay. But you've got to post consistently. You can ask questions. You can share other people's things. You can share quotes. I shared a lot of quotes. This is other people's content, but I was still sharing the best content I had at the time, right? So how do I make sure that when you pull up your newsfeed, I'm always at the top? Consistent posting and great content. For me, that was 4 times a day. What does 4 times a day look like? Guys, if you go to heatherquisel.com/planner, I have a free download for you that spells that out, okay? So we'll save some time there. I did that track for 5-6 years consistently. And here's another little tip, and we can dive into this more again. I wasn't sitting at my desk 4 times a day going, what am I going to post? Plan ahead. Plan ahead. I was always planning ahead. Every Sunday, I had everything planned out for the week, and I still do that, okay? Now, as you get comfortable and you have developed a consistent routine, a consistent posting schedule of your own, and you are sharing your voice, you're finding your eyeballs, you're sharing your content. Now I want you to be thinking about something called repurposing. Now, let me just clarify because I know I'm going to get this question. Pick one social media platform. When you are developing your voice, when you are finding your followers, when you are developing consistent content, just focus on one platform. Which platform do you use? I'll tell you. Number one, which platform has most of your ideal clients? Okay. Think about the age group, the interests. Okay. What platform has the most of your ideal clients? And number two, which platform of yours has the most eyeballs? This is the number one question I get. Should I do a personal Facebook page or a business page? Which one has more eyeballs? That's the one you use consistently. Okay. When we start talking about repurposing, okay, this is when it gets super easy to create an illusion of being everywhere. If you post something on Facebook, go put it on Instagram or put it on Instagram stories. Okay, if you're posting it on Instagram, there's a connection. I don't know how I did it, but I did it, that it will automatically post on my Facebook business page. Okay, things that you post on Facebook, you can also be sending to your email list. Guys, repurpose the things that you have. Repurpose the things that you have. You don't have to create brand new content for every single platform, every single time. What can be repurposed? If you're doing a live video, okay, this can be repurposed in 100 different ways. Have it transcribed. They're super cheap and easy transcriptions like Temi, T-E-M-I. This is something my assistant uses on me often. It's not the best transcription, but it's good enough. Guys, you can take that live video, you can turn that into a blog post, you can turn that into an email newsletter, you can break that into parts and repurpose it as posts in like cut up forms, like here's post 1, post 2, post 3. You know, if you want to see the whole video, go to YouTube, okay? One of my favorite and most easy repurposed hacks that I do, every live video that I do gets sent to an editor and gets put on YouTube. Why? Because a live video's lifetime is about 2 days tops. And nobody ever pulls it up again, ever. It's gone. But if you save that on your camera roll right before you press done on the live video, and guys, you can even put it right over to YouTube with no editing. Now on YouTube, it's there forever. And now you've got a bank of all your content, okay? Super, super simple. Don't overcomplicate it. So remember, first I started on Facebook. For you, it might be Pinterest. For you, it might be Instagram. It might be Facebook business page. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But get good at that. Then start to introduce repurposing, okay? The very first thing I started repurposing was videos to YouTube, okay? And then once I got that down, then I started to repurpose what I wrote on Facebook and just copied and pasted it over into Instagram. If you're doing video, guys, you also can do live video to YouTube, to IGTV. I mean, guys, it's not that hard. It's just a couple extra buttons, and it does require you to narrow in what you have the capacity for now. If we want to do minimum effort, right, to create the illusion of being everywhere, where is the most simple, quick place you can repurpose already great content that hits other platforms? Video is the easiest thing. Video on live to YouTube to IGTV. Same thing. Posts on Facebook can go post to your business page, can go post to IG. If it's appropriate, it can go over to LinkedIn. Guys, if you write blog posts, do you know that you can take that blog post and put it in a LinkedIn article? We can put that backwards. If you write a LinkedIn article, that can now be sent out and linked to your email list. That can be put on your blog. Super, super easy. Okay, repurposing is the way that you create that illusion. Because people are like, oh my God, you're on Instagram, and oh my God, you're on Facebook, and oh my God, you're on YouTube. But the truth is I made one video and one post and I hit all those places at once, right? When you build your business, as you're doing, and you are you've got more eyeballs on your page, you're creating a community, you're establishing your voice, which is your visibility, your credibility. When you do all that up front, and it takes work, guys, it takes work. Anything up front takes work. Think about a baby, okay? All of you who have ever had a baby, all of you who never have, but I know that you're going to be able to resonate with the story. When you have a baby, you are all freaking in right out of the gates, right? There's the nursing and the feeding and the nighttime and the bouncing and the rocking and the talking and the singing and the bathing, right? It is like but as that child grows up, it is less and less hands-on. And as that child turns into a teenager, you are not having to you're not having to rewrite new rules. You're not having to, teach many new things. You're going back to what you've always done, those values, those morals, those right and wrong, all of that, right? So as that child grows up and gets older, you have less of the hands-on work, okay? It's the same with a business, and it's the same with social media. So I'm now 9 years into business, and for the last, I want to say at least 4, I think it was about 4, maybe 5 years ago, I started hiring a graphic artist to make me like branded images. I now have like 600 of these images. I don't need to have any more created. And because Facebook Memories allows you to go back to what you posted last year and in years past, I can pull the content that I have written and used in other years and put them out now. So repurposing, just bringing back up what I've already done and putting it into current times. Sometimes I have to rework the wording because it's more, it's a little bit different now. But how can you repurpose what you've already done, bring back up to the surface what's already working? Everything I do now that goes out, whether it's a blog or social media post, or stuff I write in this group, it all is in a Google Drive. I have folders that's like content, and then in that folder is by month, and then each month has 4 documents for each week of the month. And I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? Every day of the week, and I am pre-writing the content that's gonna go out. So the value in that is wherever I am in town, whatever I'm doing, I can pull up the document, copy, paste, and post right to my social media platform. Easy peasy, didn't have to write it, just had to manually post it. But as I do this for an entire year, I can start to bring that stuff back up, and my work is less in the future because of the diligent, consistent work I do now. Does this make sense? So when I have in the last couple months, I have people say to me all the time, I don't know how you do it. You're always on. Do you ever sleep? Here's the reality of what my life looks today. Keep in mind, I've been in business for 9 years, okay? And I built it first. I built it first. I write 2 pieces of content per day for my personal profile. I write 2 pieces of content. One is usually regurgitated from last year. In this group here, I write about 4 to 5 pieces of content for my group each week. That's you guys, okay? And some of this I am pulling from old groups and old years and repurposing, okay? And I also go live in this group twice a week. So now think about this. I have to be dressed with makeup, looking cute 2 times a week. Because the days I go live here, Tuesday, Thursday, those are my coaching days. Anything that I need to be in public, dressed and looking cute for are now Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, I write all of this content up front. So right now I have enough content to last me 3 weeks if I never wrote anymore. And a lot of times if I work for an hour, I can get about 5 days for my groups and my personal stuff, okay? Now think about that. I do a live video here twice a week. That's an hour total. I create content up front that maybe takes me 2 hours. Guys, that's 3 hours of work. 3 hours work, and you guys think I don't sleep and I'm everywhere. It's not true. It's just not true. There's repurposing going on behind the scenes. So now I'm going to YouTube. This stuff is often going to YouTube. This stuff is sometimes going to other groups if it's applicable, the other groups that I run. This content here is going to IG, sometimes LinkedIn, sometimes to stories. But look at that, 3 hours of work. 3 hours of work just to maintain the social media. That's not difficult, right? That's not difficult. And then if you factor in, let's say 1 hour a week in other groups that I'm in, just to engage, we're talking 4 hours of work a week. But you guys are seeing I'm everywhere. This is how we create the illusion. So I'm hoping that this is helpful for you. Remember what I said in the beginning, guys. This is now 3 to 4 hours a week, okay? 3 to 4 hours a week. When I started, it was probably 2 hours a day on social media because I had so much to learn. I had a market to research, right? I had to find my voice, and finding your voice takes a lot of flopped posts. It takes a lot of flopped posts. It just does. But as you develop that voice, remember that's who are you, what do you do, and why should we care? Think about what is your audience wanting to learn? What are they saying? What are the questions they're calling you, messaging you, leaving comments to you about? Take those questions and answer them each and every day. It's that simple. The 2 pieces of content I write each and every day, I think about my audience and I ask, what are they struggling with? And then I answer those questions. Super, super easy. Good stuff, right? This is good stuff. It's all an illusion. Nobody is on social media all the time except maybe Mel and Gary V. And I don't know about you, but like, I don't want that life. I don't want it. I don't want it. I want to raise my babies. I want to keep a house, and I want to impact people in a powerful way in between school hours.